In addition to the hundreds of millions to build the pier, the operation could be costing American taxpayers as much as $15 million per day. And with the pier in pieces, it looks like the costs will only increase from there. After the section of dock beached itself here just off the coast of Ashkelon, the military engineers decided that rather than try to tow it back to sea, since they didn't have the resources to do that, they are now just taking it apart and loading it on trucks to go back to where it will be reconnected to the dock and repaired here at Ashkelon, a process that military engineers say will take at least another week.
Sure. So what you had happen off the coast of Gaza was a increase in sea swell and winds, and the U.S. JLOTS, Joint Logistics Over the Shore operation, is really tailored to a specific sea state, and basically less than 10 knots of wind or 3 feet of sea. When you get over that, it really taxes the system. And what we had happen was 4 of the Army watercraft broke loose. 2 of them came ashore right there in Gaza. And then 2 others drifted further north and came ashore off the coast of Israel. And then the following day, a portion of the pier actually separated from the pier, and that large section came ashore. The damage to the pier was significant when the portion of the pier separated. And if you look at that pier, it's basically in 2 pieces. There's the part that comes ashore, and then there's a long kind of causeway section to a larger section. That's where the Army watercraft dock. That's the part that broke loose.
Efforts to recover the vessels are underway with the assistance from the Israeli Navy. In addition, due to high sea states and a North African weather system, earlier today, a portion of the Trident Pier separated from the pier that is currently anchored into the coast of Gaza. As a result, the Trident Pier was damaged, and sections of the pier need rebuilding and repairing. Therefore, over the next 48 hours, the Trident Pier will be removed from its anchored position on the coast and towed back to Ashdod, where U.S. Central Command will conduct repairs. The rebuilding and repairing of the pier will take at least over a week, and following completion will need to be re-anchored to the coast of Gaza.
New reports show that so far the temporary pier operation has cost American taxpayers nearly $1.5 billion, making the cost per meal delivered to date more than $1,600 each. And with the pier in pieces, it looks like the cost will only go up from there.
We didn't put an end date on this, so we're going to continue to operate this temporary pier for as long as we can.
The U.S. Central Command recently built the structure to help facilitate aid delivery. Heavy seas in a North African weather system, however, caused significant damage, washing sections of the pier along the Gaza coastline to the southern Israeli city of Ashdod. The U.S. military and the IDF Navy are helping to take apart this part of the dock, which broke free in stormy conditions from the temporary dock in Gaza and floated all the way here to Ashkelon, which is many miles away. There were 4 pieces that broke loose, and one of them has already been recovered. This one is being taken apart. The other 2 beached themselves inside Gaza, and those 2 will be much more difficult to recover. The U.S. military's involvement has also raised concerns about the safety of Israeli troops, who are required to help build, maintain, and secure the pier from the land side inside Gaza. Some experts argue this diverts them from their primary mission of eliminating Hamas militants and may prolong the conflict. Despite the setbacks, the U.S. says it remains committed to finding alternative routes and methods to deliver aid to the people of Gaza.
But that's what USAID is trying to figure out, other ways for the aid that's already on Cyprus. If it's land routes or other ways for it to get in, we're working through that. And you have to remember, it's not just USAID, it's other NGOs, other partners, other countries who are invested in sending aid to Cyprus. Some of that aid will be unloaded onto some of our vessels, so it's positioned, and so when the temporary pier is re-anchored back onto the shore, we're pretty much ready to roll off right away.
The temporary pier was intended to bring the equivalent of 150 truckloads of aid to Gaza each day, but so far fewer than 40 have made it to the beach. Some that did make it was reportedly taken by looters before reaching those who needed it most.